review is sort of an update. I had done a review on Enzyme Exfoliators a long time ago, months and months and months ago. And I know quite a few of you wanted an update on the products, so I ordered quite a few. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7 from Sasa. They really equaled maybe a little bit over $100, so they were very, very inexpensive. And the reason why I did it is because I had done a review of this product here, which is the VIVA Amaze Gel that a makeup artist friend of mine had got me hooked up with, and she, you know, has them by the case and uses them on all her clients, and I was just really amazed by it, hence the Amaze Gel. It really is the first foray that I had into sort of enzyme exfoliators, and it just really, really blew me away. It was basically, you put it onto dry skin, and as you rub it, all of a sudden all this white, dead skin started sloughing off, and you were just left with really, really sort of vibrant and glowing and healthy skin afterwards, because you were taking off that top layer. And I thought it may have been a gimmick, because I was like, well, I've never really come across anything like this. And so what I would do is I would exfoliate with a Dermalogica and then try this to see if I would get the same sort of effect, and I didn't. I didn't get any sloughing off because I just sloughed it off with the Dermalogica. So this really only reacts when you have dead skin cells. So it's definitely not a gimmick. And this is actually quite pricey. I think they've actually raised the prices just because I think it sold so well. So at Whole Foods, where it's the most expensive in Canada, I don't know about Whole Foods in the States, but because this is a Canadian company, but oops, that was a toilet seat. I think at Whole Foods it's about $76, and then of course on top of the tax you're going into the 80s. I think you can get it for more like in the high 60s, 70 at Choices, or even on the VIVA website. I don't know about international shipping, but I'm pretty sure, I think they do have it. Anyway, so when I was reviewing this, so many of you had said, oh, it's so reminiscent of the Laneige strawberry, what's it called? Strawberry something or other? The strawberry yogurt peeling gel. I guess this is very common in the Asian market, these types of enzyme exfoliators where it sloughs off rather than sort of a granule. And when I heard about it and I saw the price difference, I thought, well, you know what, I should just order a whole whack of them and see if they compare to this, because so many were saying, gosh, that sounds exactly like the Laneige strawberry yogurt, and I love it, and it's my favorite, and it's so amazing and awesome. And I thought, wow, okay, well, let's do a comparison. So the verdict is, nothing compares to this. I'm almost saddened that I kind of started with the best. So when you start at the apex and you try everything, nothing really matches it. So had it been the other way around, I maybe would have given the products a fairer shake. But once you've tried the best, it's really hard to say that something's better than the best. So not that any of these products are bad. I don't think there was anything. I mean, there was one that I wasn't too crazy about the smell, but there wasn't anything that was horrible or hideous. They just didn't match this product. So when you already know that something works this well, even though there's a price difference, it's harder to use sort of a subpar product just because you're saving money. I would much rather invest more and use something that I think is genuinely really, really helping my skin. So that being said, I'll do them in order in terms of my likenesses. So I ordered 7. Yikes. I would have to say that apart from the VIVA would be this one, Osley Rosehip Peeling Gel. It kind of had not a similar consistency, but I actually thought that it worked similarly, but this is just a superior version in terms of the consistency of this gel comparative to this. This one felt a little bit more gloopy, sort of like, had a little bit of a gluier texture. This is really just a very soft, luxurious gel. And when you do rub it, the amount of skin that sloughs off are almost like rice kernels. So you can really see the difference where it's really coming off. And you can visibly see it. It's very clear to see. You can feel it as you're rubbing it and all of your skin is coming off. You can start feeling the exfoliating, how clean your skin is actually feeling while you're doing it. With something like this, I found that the granules that would come were very, very fine. So you didn't get as much of a payoff in that way. It was sort of like, oh, you know, I'm still sort of feeling the gel. I didn't feel that immediate sort of payoff from it. But it was good. It did slough off quite a bit. Once it rinsed off, you know, your skin certainly feels like it does with any type of exfoliator. It just feels really sort of fresh and clean. I was a little bit confused when it said cuticles because I equate cuticles obviously to my fingernails, but no, that has to do with sort of all dead skin. So this is a Rosehip peeling gel, and I really didn't mind it. I think it was the more expensive out of them, but still I think under 20, maybe $12, maybe, no, you know what, maybe $18, but when you think of it, you know, just for example in terms of size, right? So this is a little bit more given that you get less. I don't really know what the prices are of these because this was from months and months, like, you know, 8-9 months ago. So, but they were all, I would say, you know, if you're getting 7 for about $110, so obviously pretty reasonable. That would be sort of the first one. The second one, believe it or not, I think is actually a SASA brand, and it's a peach clarifying peel. I think just because I like the smell of it, I love peaches. This wasn't so artificial smelling. I mean, it certainly doesn't smell like a real peach, but it wasn't obnoxiously fake or plasticky. I've used quite a bit of it. It was all, you know, full. And it has more of a kind of, it's like a yogurty type of consistency, and this isn't a straight enzyme. I did feel granules, but they were really, really, really fine. You know, but you know how you have sort of a sand texture? Well, not sand, but way finer than that. But I could feel it throughout the entire thing. But it wasn't big granules. It was very, very fine powder almost. And it did do the trick as well. Again, it was more the smell that I didn't mind. Very, very inexpensive. I think it kind of did the job. Again, it just sort of cleaned it, whereas the Viva, it gives it an extra oomph. I don't know what it does, but it definitely gives it an extra oomph. But that was the second. The third, well, you know what, maybe they tie for a second. This is the strawberry yogurt peeling gel that everyone was telling me about. Now, the thing that I didn't really care about with this is the texture. The texture of this is, I don't know, it's a real, I didn't necessarily like the feel of it, and I kind of got the fact that because of the texture was already sort of a clumpy, like if I just felt it, it starts to clump up already, that I didn't really know if it was exfoliating. If the clumps were really my dead skin cells or just rubbing this product. I really couldn't get that difference like I do with the VIVA Amaze, because the VIVA gel is so velvety. It's just a very sort of luxurious type of gel versus when you rub it, when you get all of your skin sloughing off, they're two completely different textures. So you can get the difference. Whereas with this, the texture of this, when I put it on versus when it sloughed off, were kind of similar. So I really didn't know what it was. And I don't know. I mean, the smell was okay. Strawberry, yogurt, it's fine. It's not my favorite. It wasn't my favorite smell by far. It did smell quite artificial. But, you know, I thought it was pretty good. You know, not bad. Again, not you know, in comparison to the Viva. Oh, I'm going to keep repeating myself, right? The next one was the Laneige Multiberry Yogurt Peeling Gel. Now, I have a feeling, somebody told me, was it Dizzy, that told me that this is discontinued and this is the new peeling gel? This I only used once because this has granules, and I was not looking for something with granules. If I'm going to use something that is a little bit rougher and not a straight enzyme, I would do the Dermalogica. Oh, hello, cockatiel. What's up with that bouncy hair up there? Okay, so this is Dizzy's favorite, and I may wind up giving it to her as a backup because, again, I've only used it once, maybe twice, because I was really looking for a straight enzyme and not one with granules, and this has little tiny, I mean, they're very, very, very fine, but yeah, again, not necessarily what I was looking for. This water and pomegranate was one of the first ones that I tried, and again, this has, if you can see, little tiny dot there. That also has sort of a granule, although it does dissolve, so it's not one of the harder granules. Totally fine as well. Again, you know, there's nothing really wrong with any of these products. They all sort of work similarly. I think it's more so the texture, the smell, you know, how much of your skin it exfoliates, the way it you know, the process in which it does it. They're all little minute details, and it's also just a personal preference. I just prefer the way that the Viva works, but I can't say that any of these are bad or that they're, you know, not worth the money, because they're about $10, $12, and you really can't go wrong there. So there's another one there. The strawberry gel cream. I don't even know what the heck this is. It didn't, I think it's a moisturizer. So I think I made a boo-boo with that one. So I didn't use it for very long, but you know, strawberry gel creams, they're not enough. Gel creams are not enough to hydrate my skin. I need very, very thick, rich emollient creams or oils. So this didn't work for my skin at all, although, you know, I'm sure it would work for a lot of you gals. And then this one, which is a Papaya Enzymatic Peeling Gel. It's a beauty do-it-yourself. Beauty, I don't know, it was just sort of that texture, and I didn't really like the smell of it. So again, you know, they're really just preferences. People have different preferences with smell, so I can't say that this is bad in any way, shape, or form. So there's that. Is that it? I think that's the 7 of them, guys. Whoops, sorry. Just want to get rid of. La 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 la. Here's me washing my hands. Great. Whatever. Okay, so that's it. I know it's not a super, super comprehensive update, but for those of you who, and it might not be an interest to a lot of people because they don't really care for enzyme exfoliators, but for those of you who wanted an update, hopefully this sort of ranks it as to the ones that I like the best. I would probably say if you're sort of looking maybe between these two, the Laneige and the Osli, or Osli, I don't know, but if you can afford it, if you do want to invest in it, and you can find it, the VIVA Amaze Gel is by far the best enzyme exfoliator that I've ever come across. So this is the bomb. I love that. So hopefully you found that helpful, and I think I have time for just one more video, or else I'm just going to start passing out. So I'll see you soon.